Hi Nathan, lovely to meet you. Would you like to introduce yourself and BOXRAW briefly?
Yeah. Hi, Ellie. My name's Nathan. I'm the head of digital for BOXRAW. BOXRAW is a boxing equipment and sportswear brand with the mission to be the reason why the world gets into boxing.
Okay, well, we'll start off now that you introduced BOXRAW with some questions about Address Validator and the app. What led for the decision to incorporate Address Validator into BOXRAW's checkout process?
Yeah. So the reason we incorporated Address Validator was just to automate a lot of the manual interventions we were having to kind of process on a daily basis. You can imagine what type of errors people might put into their addresses, or misunderstandings, or things wrong with the format. And then it ultimately led to either the warehouse intercepting it before the parcel gets sent out, and our customer service team have to spend time rewriting the address or contacting the customer.
Yeah.
And then failing that, if the order did go out and then it's undeliverable, we have to inbound the parcel again, pay for the return label. We wanted something to prevent and automate a lot of the manual work.
Yeah, certainly I can imagine it becomes very expensive. I've definitely inputted the wrong address in many of my online orders. So I can imagine as a company, it's really important to kind of nip that in the bud with the automation process. Do you feel like you've seen Address Validator has impacted the accuracy of deliveries and kind of like reduced the rate of failed packages or returns?
Yeah, definitely. So we've used Address Validator for so long now that it's kind of become the new standard for us.
Good, cool. And do you feel like it streamlined your logistics process? Was there a more manual way of doing it? I know you kind of mentioned that earlier, the automation. Did you have any experience with manually editing this, or was this a different team?
It's with a different team, but I had a lot of visibility over it, kind of like overseeing the digital experience, so be it. And yeah, it was just a lot of manual backwards and forwards between our customer service guys and our warehouse, or different warehouses over the years. Just email threads, and you can see how like cumbersome that might be. So it prevents like just a need for emails in the first place. It lets the customer correct their address without us needing to intervene.
Definitely. And have you noticed a change, therefore, in your customer satisfaction levels after? I know you've had Address Validator for a long time, but do you feel like that's certainly helped your customer experience or satisfaction level?
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, we've used it for so long now that it had just become the sort of standard, the norm. But I know that people do promote or talk a lot about our delivery experience and reviews.
So what prompted BOXRAW to integrate with reviews into its e-commerce strategy?
Yeah, so we've been partnered with reviews pretty much since day one, and it was a really good fit for the business. I think reviews at the time was quite new to the market, as were BOXRAW, and their kind of attitude towards their products and their support. It was more of a partnership than kind of like a transactional product that we bought in. But yeah, all the core reasons why any e-com site would want reviews to help improve conversion rate, show UGC, increase trust. All of the standard reasons like any brand would want one is the reason why we implemented it. But I think more so for BOXRAW, because we were a new brand and at the time nobody had heard about us. We're not a discount sort of cheap product-led brand. We pride ourselves on our quality, and the price reflects that. So even more so of a reason to increase customer trust there. And reviews is like such a effective way of doing it.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see that when you look at your review content as well. Do you feel like you use your review content to, enhance your customer service or your products in any way? Like I know you said they're very high quality, but do you feel like they help in that?
Yeah, definitely. Any feedback that we get from reviews gets shared with the relevant department. So if that might be product specific feedback, if there's any faults or improvements there, that'll get sent directly to the product team. Our customer service team does monitor reviews, more specifically the negative reviews, and we're always making sure that we respond to them, just to try and turn around like any negative experience into a positive one. And then if there are any learnings off the back of that, then we share it with the relevant people in the business.
Yeah, definitely. Negative reviews are so valuable as much as positive ones are, like in making learnings and whatnot. And if you do respond, I know you said you got your customer service team there sorting that out. You can turn a negative review most likely into a positive one by just being there to support. So yes, that's great. Okay, let's talk about the combined use. I know you've had both Address Validator and Reviews.io for a long time. How do you feel like they work collectively for the customer journey, from like product discovery with reviews to delivery? Do you feel like they help in tandem?
Yeah, I think the sole purpose of reviews is in that initial stages of the shop to get people to add to cart and then to get into the checkout. And then whilst we're in the checkout, Address Validator helps streamline the process there. I think also from a sort of technical / operational point of view, updating addresses after an order is placed is it does always lead to manual intervention and a lot of communication, and sometimes things can even get missed. So allowing the customer to kind of rectify any mistakes they might make during that checkout makes the checkout flow super streamlined and prevents any issues during that fulfillment and sort of post purchase experience too.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess in that case, you can say that it's throughout the entire customer journey. It kind of helps from, like, say, the looking at the product to then actually checking out. So it is good to have that, and then even collecting reviews after, to say they'd had a good experience with BOXRAW. Do you feel as though reviews and Address Validator working together have helped to improve an already positive customer experience for BOXRAW?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's the kind of customer experience that users would expect. Like it should just be the standard. But obviously there will be a lot of brands out there that kind of fall short in that regard. So I think it's not something that a customer might interact with and think like, oh wow, they've validated my address, but it's the sort of thing that if it wasn't there, it would be a big problem, and I'd really notice that effect. So it helps us deliver that sort of gold standard e-com experience that we're really striving for and pride ourselves on.
Definitely. It's almost the things that go unnoticed that are the most important. Like, they might not realize that it's actually happening and enhancing their experience, but in the background it is, definitely.
Yeah. So looking through some Address Validator and reviews data. So in the past 30 days, 30% of all of our orders have had the address rules enforced. And in the last 30 days as well, we've collected nearly 350 reviews, and 98% of them were positive, with a lot of keywords in those positive reviews reflecting like delivery, fast deliveries, words to that effect. We also actually ran an A/B test, I think it was a couple of years back now, specifically on our equipment products. And all we did was on the product page, that area where you've got like you've typically got like your reviews tab, your description tab, and maybe some information about deliveries. We reordered it so the reviews tab was positioned higher up, just for our equipment products, because I guess we kind of identified that like equipment products are more of an informed sale. Like it's not like you can sort of impulse buy a t-shirt and not care so much for reviews, but if you're spending £100 on a sauna suit or £30 on a pair of knuckle guards, like you want to make sure that you're getting all the information you need, and that didn't increase the heart rate. So just such a little move like that, and just increasing the visibility of it, like ultimately led to more sales.
That's so interesting. Wow. Yeah, it's good that you've done like tests like that, because like you said, if it's a more expensive product, you want to make sure that users they're likely to be checking the reviews anyway. So, it's really good. And that's amazing to know. Have you done any more A/B testing since on anything? Or was that like...
No. But I think that's kind of like a benefit of this sort of tech. Like with Address Validator, we set it up. Obviously we tested it, monitored it when we initially went live, and then it can just be kind of set and forgotten about. And it just works away in the background. Like there's no need to like worry about address validations or like any of the issues that might come of that. And same thing for reviews. Obviously, it integrates with Klaviyo. We've got our processes set up with the customer support team who monitor what they need to monitor. So it's kind of like everything's so well set up now. It kind of runs itself with as little manual intervention as needed.
Do you know, that's amazing. That's perfect. Thank you. That's really good feedback. Thank you so much for your time, Nathan. It was lovely to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. Very welcome. Glad to be of help.